hope you're all well. This is Lucy, the Sewing Gardener. Welcome back to my channel if you've been before, and a very big welcome to you if you are new here, and to all of the new subscribers that I've received over the past couple of weeks. I've been blown away by the number of subscribers, so thank you so much for joining me on my sewing journey. So this is my channel where I talk about all things sewing, which includes dressmaking, quilting, sometimes some home accessories, but I haven't done that for a little while, although I have 2 blinds to make. And always at the end of the videos, never in between, unless it's really relevant, is maybe some gardening content, particularly through the spring, summer and autumn months. And there will be some today, right at the end of this vlog, of things that are growing in my greenhouse. So if that's of interest to you, you can stick around for that. And if not, that's absolutely fine. So you can just duck out there and then. So today I thought I would share with you what I have been making, because I've been busy since the last vlog. I did a blouse edition for the Sew April Blouse Challenge, and then prior to that, I think the last vlog was about 3 weeks ago now, maybe. But yeah, there's been some things made. I've had a busy weekend so it's Friday today, 24th of April, I think it is in the UK. It's 24th of April everywhere, but I'm obviously in the UK. It's very sunny today. And a week today will be the start of Sew Skin Summer. So yeah, I've been really busy. But last weekend we went down to Dorset and we went to the Tank festival for my husband's Christmas present. I'll put a couple of pictures here. Tanks aren't my thing, but it was very impressive. And what is my thing is going to the coast, and we went and saw Durdledore and Lulworth Cove. So very exciting. Yeah, so I'm going to share with you what's come into my sewing room, what I've been making. Might do the makes first, then share what's come in, and then talk about some of the other challenges that are running throughout May and some of my plans. So yeah, let's get started. Actually, I'll start with what I'm wearing. So this is the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush top. This is only ever supposed to be a wearable toile, but it's worn quite a lot through the summer months. And then I always forget, I don't know, it's got elasticated sleeves, which are lovely because it gives them a bit of a puff. This one's absolutely fine, but this one, I don't know whether it's because I've got a bigger bicep on this one, because I thought I did the elastic the same, or maybe I've just over tightened the elastic, which is probably more the reason. Yeah, it just needs loosening because it rides up and it's just a tad bit tight, but I only ever think about it when I wear it. So after this, I will maybe unpick and alter that because it's quite annoying. So what have I been making? Let's start with that. If you watched my Sew April Blouse vlog, you will know that I was planning to make the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. I've never made it. It's this here. You can do a dress version as well. It's been highly popular for many years. I mean, I must have had this pattern for at least 4 years. Don't know why it's taken me so long to make it, but I have finally made it. And if you have not made it, apologies, I'm also on my squeaky chair. I would highly recommend, because it's a fabulous make. It comes together quite easily. It's got the most glorious sleeves, and yeah, there's some really nice detail to it. So this is what I made it in. I'm pretty sure this is a fibre mood fabric that I got in a Fabric Godmother sale, but I can't find the order confirmation, and I don't label my fabric, so I have no idea. But yeah, it's a really nice lightweight cotton in a sort of creamy background with a blacky animal print on it. And I've put some cream buttons, which you can barely see, tiny little buttons down here, and a label which says, oh, well, I do like spots, because I thought that was quite appropriate. And yeah, it was a fabulous make. I'll put a couple of pictures in here of me wearing it. And this is my first entry to Sew April Blouse. It has the most glorious sleeves. There's a lot of gathering for the sleeves, but other than that, that's pretty much. And you learn to do some bias binding around the top, which I've top stitched down here. I didn't like the way that method on the cuff, so I reverted back to my own method, which is when I do bias binding, I put it on and then I stitch in the ditch to go round, just because it gave me a neater finish. You might find the instructions work perfectly well for you. But yeah, that worked better for me. So that's my first make. And then I finished this one yesterday, and the pictures did go on Instagram. This is a pussy bow blouse that I have finished in this glorious lightweight cotton, which I got from Sarah's Simple Life. Unfortunately, that store is now closed. But yeah, I wasn't sure about this colour on me. And I showed it to my middle daughter and she was like, oh no, I'm not sure, Mummy. I think it'd make nicer pyjamas. But I went with it, and she even said to me yesterday that actually it looks fab. So, and I had lots of comments on Instagram saying that the colour looks really good on me. So that's lovely. So this is, as I say, a pussy bow blouse. And the pattern is out of the, it's a Great British Sewing Bee Sustainable Style Book pattern. And it's this one here. So that's her wearing it. That's line drawing. And it's got these beautiful keyhole details on the sleeves. Mine are undone at the moment, but yeah, let me just do that up for you. The one thing I will say, I've made this once before, and I'll put a picture of me wearing it once before here. I actually got rid of that blouse because it was probably 5 years ago, maybe longer, than I made it, and I didn't lengthen the bodice, so it was always a bit short on me. Didn't lengthen the arms. And the one thing I will say about these arms, they give you, so there's gathering at the top here and there's gathering at the bottom, so you get this lovely voluminous sleeve. But the cuffs, I've got narrow wrists and the cuffs are even tight for me, and because I didn't lengthen the sleeves on the last one, they were really tight, so they were up here and it was too tight. So if you were going to make this blouse, I would recommend don't gather it, just make the binding slightly longer than they suggest, and then you can gather it to the length, and then follow the instructions that way. But yeah, it's got some really nice features on it. So it's got obviously a button placket down the front. I didn't interface this because I thought it would make it too stiff. I love the way the stripes go this way on the bit and then come down there. So they're sort of on the horizontal here. It has a back yoke, which you don't do using the burrito method. You sew it to the inner yoke, wrong sides together, I think, and then the top yoke you top stitch down over the seam here, and it's got a couple of darts in the front, so central darts here and here. But yeah, absolutely love that. I think that's going to get a lot of wear, and yeah, really pleased with it. It's compared to the other one, which I sent to the charity shop, and then thinking about it afterwards when I was making this one, why did I just not cut off the sleeves? And then I could have still had a very nice blouse. So they're the two garments that I've made. I have finished, well, I say I've finished, I have pieced together. So I think on my last vlog I was doing I might have finished the last blocks for the Oz quilt. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but I have pieced it all together. So I've got the top bit done. Now I'll try and show you, but I will put a picture in a bit, but you can see. So there's the No Place Like Home, and then there's the Emerald City, and then you've got Dorothy, the Tin Man. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to show, so I will put a picture here so you can see it in all its glory. I now need to quilt it on my quilting frame, which I'm very excited about. If I'm being brutally honest, I haven't fully set it up yet. But yeah, that's my bad, and I'm desperate to get going with it, but other things have taken priority, so yeah. Anyway, I look forward to doing that, and actually I will probably do a time lapse of me doing it, so then you can see how I get on, because I am quite worried I might not be able to use it very well. Whereas when I've quilted tops before, I've always used my machine and rolled them up and done it that way with the extension table. So whereas this one, you've got the handles on it. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's just me overthinking as normal. And then in my last vlog, you will have also seen, which I've lost the book for now, the Second Starter the Right quilt, which is the new one, new sew along from Artiste Quilting. But this is a monthly block rather than a weekly block, which I'm quite pleased about, to be fair. But I said I said to myself, and I think I might have said to Adam Sews, that I was going to get my Farm Fresh quilt done before I started Second Starter the Right. So because I've only got about 3 blocks left to do with that, and 2 of them are cut out. Have I done that? Absolutely not. Did I start Second Starter the Right? Yes, I did. So the first block is Peter himself, and it's in 3 parts. Excuse me. It's in 3 parts, so I'll show you them all individually. So the first one is Peter with his lovely face and his torso. I did get his one bit of hair the wrong way round there, but I can live with that. I'm not too bothered about that. So that's Peter torso. Then I had terrible trouble. I don't know what I did, but he had cankles and he looked like he had water retention on one of his legs, and then his foot was enormous, so I had to and then also when I finished this bit, when I finished the 3, I came back in the sewing room the following day and found 3 pieces of his shorts and 1 piece of another piece of which were left over, which is never good. But because it was in the shorts, I realised that I'd missed off this end one, the middle one and that one, so I altered that and put them on. I did try and alter his legs as best as possible to make them more even. And then I had a piece of blue fabric remaining and I couldn't see where it was. Adam came to the rescue. I messaged him and said, this is never good when you've got these left over. And he said, I was missing it on his knuckles, so I would never have seen that. And this is his arm. So eventually what will happen is this will get pieced to that. And then obviously the torso, the rest of the torso underneath. So yes, I've started that. I've already cut out Wendy for May, so that's good. And I still need to finish Farm Fresh, and I will. I've got them cut out and I will get that done. So they were all my makes. I have done a pattern test for Jenny, who runs Virtual Sewing Room. She also does now workshops on her. If you go and look for her on Instagram, it's Sew It Jenny. I think it's Sew It Jenny. I'll put it here. Anyway, I've done a pattern test for her. I'm not going to show you that because I'm not sure if I can. But look out for that. She's launching a zero waste pattern sometime during May, and people have tested it for her and sewn it, and we've all given our feedback. So that's one thing. So yes, what has come into my sewing room? If you watched not my last vlog, because that was the Bryce one, but the one before, you will know that I have taken voluntary redundancy, and this is going to be the first month that I've not going to receive any wages. So I took the executive decision to spend some of last month's wages on fabric. Not that I need any more fabric, but there's 2 reasons. One, the first fabric that I'm going to show you, I saw at the Stitch Festival, and I was being very good at the Stitch Festival, and I should have bought it at the Stitch Festival and I didn't. So when I came home, I kept thinking about this fabric, hoping to see it online, and I didn't. So I messaged the lovely Sandy from Sister Mintaka and asked about it, and she said yes, she did have some, because I was a bit worried it might have all sold out, but it hasn't. And then she was putting it online, so as soon as it came online I grabbed some, and I have got this gorgeous embroidered cotton, which the pattern actually runs from the selvage to the selvage, so that way rather than lengthways, if you see what I mean. So when you cut the fabric, it's here. This is I've just got my nails cagged on the there we go. So yeah, that would be a normal piece of fabric, I would say, with the where you cut it, but this one runs that way. But it is the most beautiful embroidered cotton on a sort of sandy background. It's got lots of palm trees on it, which is my vibe, and a couple of birds. And yeah, I saw her cutting it when I was walking past the stall at the Stitch Festival for another lady, and I was like, oh, I had to stop and say that is the most glorious fabric, but I didn't buy any, and regretted it. So delighted that this came online. Not sure, I would like to make something that doesn't interfere with the pattern too much. So a dress, a jumpsuit. Any ideas? Do put it in the comments for me. I considered the Avenir, but I'm not sure. I've not made the Avenir. I've had that pattern for ages as well. Not made it. So I need to see how it's laid out. But yeah, there's that fabric which I've just rolled into a ball, but it's been washed. It was washed, and with the glorious weather that we're having, I've managed to wash it. Then my lovely friend Kirstine, who is Mama Stitches online, we share the same birthday, so we have very similar tastes, posted 2 fabrics, and I'd already seen them from the Fabric Boutique, did a post, and they put a dress with these sort of colouring fabrics in it, and I thought, oh, I love that. And then Kirstine had the fabrics, so I had to go online and get some. And it is this beautiful cotton in this red and pink colourway. So I've got some stripe, and there's also a check. Unfortunately, the Fabric Boutique didn't have enough of the check, so I looked somewhere else. And so I've got this from the Fabric Boutique. I've got a couple of meters, I think, enough to make a good dress or a really nice pair of trousers or something. And then I found the check on Hey So Sister. So they are a perfect match. So I might mash the 2 up and make one garment with the 2. Not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, or make 2 separates like a co-ord set, which was my thought last night. But while I was on Hey So Sister, so I got less of this. I think I'd got 1.5 meters, I think, of this from there. I also couldn't resist this beautiful, which hasn't been washed, strawberry double gauze, which I thought would be perfect for So Fruity in June. So that's those fabrics. I got my last So Obsessed subscription box. I've actually cancelled my subscription again, purely because of my work situation, and I need to be mindful that I have money-wise. So this will be my last box. As always, you get a little gift. This was a shower steamer, and it smells amazing. When you first opened the box, it smelled amazing. So we got that. The sweet treat this month was a little tin of mints, which is really quite sweet. You've got a thread for your fabric, and this month there was 2.5 meters of viscose. I've said before, in the cool colourway, so I got this one, which is absolutely fabulous. I love it. Again, you see plants, vibes, leaves, trees, my vibe, love it. So I'm really looking forward to making that up. That also got washed with the embroidered cotton, so they were drying on the line yesterday. And then the other bit of fabric that I received a little while back, but I don't think I shared it on my last vlog, so I'm going to share it now. It's from the lovely Lisbeth at Tuesday's Child Fabrics, and I want to make, I've had it for ages, and I've seen a couple of people make it recently online, so I've got the pattern, I've had it for ages, and it's the Noodlehead Oxbow Tote. And then Lisbeth posted that she had some of this in her store, which I thought was absolutely fabulous. So I got that, and I got this canvas to go with for the bottom pieces and the contrast. So got those, and I also got some vinyl from her because I need to make some more pockets for my Adam Sews label maker, and I've run out of my By Annie vinyl. So I've got that little package from Lisbeth. And that's all my fabrics, I think, that have come in. Yes, I think that's all my fabrics that have come in. And then I did also buy some Specky Seamstress binding. So I've got this one, and I got this one, and when I saw these labels, my daughter is called Beatrice, which is shortened to bee, and I used to be a beekeeper, so I got those as well because I couldn't resist. So that's also come in. And then I have bought 2 patterns, one which I haven't got here, and I'll put what it is because I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's the Yanta overalls by Helen's Closet. I had a newsletter come in and she was wearing them rotivating, and I thought they would be perfect for the garden, so I've ordered those. But I've also ordered the Friday Pattern Company Canyon dress and top, which I am looking forward to making both of those. I've got some lovely white fabric I've had for ages that I'd like to make the top in, and then whatever fabric I've got which is enough lengths to make the dress, I will do that. So I think that's everything that's come in, which is quite a lot, and I'm desperately trying not to now look at fabric, but we'll see how long that lasts. But what else I wanted to talk to you about, so it's, as I say, it's the last Friday in April, so a week today will be the 1st of May, and that is when Sew Skin Summer starts on Instagram. But if you don't have an Instagram account, you can still enter it. So next Friday I'll be launching a vlog to give you all the information about Sew Skin Summer. If you wanted to find out any more information in the time being, you can go to my page on Instagram. So, and there's some pinned posts from last year, right, for the challenge for last year. There's also some reels. I've done a reel for this year, and yeah, it's basically in aid of melanoma and skin cancer awareness, but you will see why it's important to me. And last year I did some vlogs. That's what started my vlogging journey, which the first one is in portraits, so rookie error, so don't hold me for that. But yeah, you will find the reasons why it's important to me on that as well. And if you wanted to take part but don't have an Instagram account, this year I have included an email address, so you can send your entry via email. I won't post it on Instagram, that's absolutely fine if you don't want me to, so I'll appreciate your privacy, but you can still enter and you would still be eligible for the prizes as long as you follow the rules. All information will be on my vlog next week. But there are other challenges running in May. We've obviously got the So Frugal, which has moved from its usual slot in March to May. And if you were savvy, you could probably enter 2 for 1. So if you found a really good sundress pattern, you could probably enter it and use your sewing stash. I would be happy if you entered that for So Frugal and it met the requirements for my challenge. I would be happy for you to enter mine too. And I did check with the lovely Ruan, who is the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and she said yes, that would be absolutely fine, just to make sure. I didn't want to cross boundaries with challenges. So they're the 2 big ones that are running throughout the whole of May. And then there is a new one, which I mentioned Lisbeth, who is the owner of Tuesday's Child Fabrics. She is running a challenge called Blue Threads for ME, and the idea is you can knit, crochet or sew something in blue and post that make on the 12th of May. So basically you're going to turn it, and Instagram's going to turn blue on the 12th of May, and there are prizes for that as well. And she is raising awareness of ME, which is like a chronic fatigue syndrome, which I actually know quite a bit about because when I worked in the NHS, I worked very closely with the service leads locally to make an easier pathway for people to gain the help that they need, because it's quite difficult to diagnose and you have to rule out. It's a ruling out process, but very similar to anybody that suffers with long COVID, overlap, but yeah, it's really debilitating for the people that have it, so and can sort of prevent them going to work, and even things like driving and things can have a real impact on their life. But if you head over to, I'll put some slides here about the challenge, and if you head over to Tuesday's Child Fabrics or Lisbeth Makes, you'll find all the other information that you need to do that there. But as I say, it's to sew, knit or crochet something in blue and post it on the 12th of May because that is ME Awareness Day, I'm pretty sure. But yes, that is everything sewing related that I was going to share with you. If you want to duck out now, that's absolutely fine. But if not, I will now post some video footage of me in the garden. Yeah, there might be in the garden, but there's definitely a greenhouse, I know that much. And I will share that with you now. Otherwise, I will see you all next week. Oh, actually, if there are any vloggers out there that would like to take part in the Sew Skin Summer Vlogger Tour, I have quite a bit of space left for the middle to later part of the month, so just drop me a message either on Instagram or on here and I can add you to the list. But otherwise, enjoy the gardening, or I will see you all very soon. Bye for now. I might have made a small purchase of compost yesterday from Morrison's. Couldn't go wrong, 3 for $12, so I got those. And I also got some 3 climbers. I bought 3. It was mix and match, 3 for $2. I love a passion flower. That's one of my favourites. They only have the white one though. And then I got this beautiful pink clematis and a purple clematis. And today I'm going to finish, so I've just pricked out some chilies there and 2 of the smaller tomatoes. I think these are sun gold. My labelling is absolutely atrocious. These are enorma. They're my sweet peas there. These are aubergines with a couple of tomatoes included. These are the main tomatoes. These are sun gold this side. These are enorma. So those little ones must be those bite size. So yeah, I'm going to get on and do that. My dahlias, most have shot, 2 are completely refusing. I don't know why. And I labelled these with a marker pen and the marker pen has come off in the sunlight. So some I did in pencil, like that one, that's a blackjack. That one, no idea. That one says it's basil because I went over it in marker pen. So my labelling skills are fantastic as normal. I'll catch up with you in a bit when I've pricked out the remainder of my tomatoes. So these dahlias, I thought I should say while I'm potting on some others, are ones that I bought as tubers. So you plant the tubers to sprout them and getting ready for summer. And I got them from Farmer Gracie. And then these ones over here, which I am just pricking out, I have grown, oh, there's a weed in there as well, 2 weeds. These are ones that I've grown from seed, and they're really lovely, healthy little plants. I grew some, you might remember I grew some from seed last year. I forgot to dig them up, so they probably rotted off in the wet winter, but I am pricking out these and putting them into their own little pots, ready to plant out in late May, early June. Right, so that's everything I wanted to potted on. So I've done the sweet peas, 2 to a pot. They've got long root systems. So if you do sweet peas, try and do them in a longer container when you sow them. Toilet rolls are ideal for that. But these were sown in plugs and they'd used up all the nutrients in the plug. I've potted on the clematis and the passion flower. They're my dahlias that I've potted on. Haven't obviously done anything with these because you can just go straight out, but I don't know if you can see outside, they're just too cute. The little lambs are back in the field. Look at that, they're just so cute. Okay, so that footage that you've just seen was from a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought you can see now how everything has grown on since then. So my dahlias are growing. These were the tubers that I bought. Those 2 still haven't done there. These are the tomatoes, sweet peas. So everything is looking really healthy and growing lovely. And my climbers have actually made a real growth spurt and are loving being potted on. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update as to, because obviously that was a few weeks ago. And it's a glorious day today. So take care of your skin if you're out and about. See you all soon. Bye for now.